Good morning. I'm Jason Ross with the LaRouche organization, filling in for Harley Schlanger. Following Mike Billington's update tomorrow, Harley will be back with us on Monday. There is a profound need to change people's axioms, to go behind people's beliefs and challenge what is underlying their conclusions. We are facing nuclear war today, and NATO land is destroying the economies of Europe, the US, the entire world. With the Nord Stream 1 pipeline out of commission for service, European nations worry that it may not be turned back on and are fighting over where gas will go, to households or to industry this winter. The value of the euro is collapsing. Power bills could triple in nations like Germany. In a real irony, in Europe as a whole, US military installations are 30% reliant on Russian energy. Here in the US, Texas is warning of blackouts this summer due to its insufficient power grid with undependable solar and wind. Inflation in the United States is soaring. The official consumer price index rose 9.1% year on year as of last month. And this is based on shelter growing at only 5.5%, while new rents are actually zooming upward in the double digits. We saw with the James Webb Space Telescope an exciting possibility for our species and for the United States in particular to play a positive role in the world. But NASA is largely prohibited from collaborating with China's space agency. And the European Space Agency just announced it is canceling completely its ExoMars project in a collaboration with Russia, which would have put a rover on the surface of Mars. Russia was creating many of the experiments as well as the rocket itself. Now it's over. This is absolutely insane. To what is the US committed today? Ukraine? To using Israel and Saudi Arabia to contain Iran? To making a China, a nation of over 1 billion people, our enemy? Is anyone thinking 50 years ahead? Where are we headed? What will ensure our future? Now, this absurdity is seen in the widely panned, ridiculous New York City public service announcement telling you what to do in the event of a nuclear attack. Go inside, stay tuned. Where will people go inside? Millions of people all over the city aren't going to get home if they have homes. They'll be vaporized, like their apartments. And how will you stay tuned? Do you think your phone will work? How will you charge it? According to the Department of Homeland Security, you should also wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart, and use a battery-operated or hand-crank radio, which we all have, of course. Now, if you actually want to defend Homeland Security, prevent nuclear war. Why are we risking the annihilation of our nation and human civilization globally? To stick it to Putin? There is a profound sickness behind the idea that another's rise is our loss, or that the path to greatness includes holding others back. And this comes from a terrible misunderstanding of human nature. What makes us human? We all have in common the ability to use paradoxes in the world to help us spring beyond our perceptions, beyond our senses, beyond our thoughts, to discover unseen but powerful principles. This is with a real standard of truthfulness, both in science and in culture. In education, that path to discovery should be the focus in school, not memorizing facts and formulas. Even if they're true, a focus on conclusions denies students the opportunity to access the method by which conclusions are reached. Is the Earth flat? Don't just say, of course not. Measure it. Find out how big the Earth is in school. You can do it. Does the Earth go around the sun? How do you know? How was that discovered? Or better still, what thoughts made that conclusion necessary? Do you know? Do your kids? Is there a climate catastrophe that demands trillions of dollars in expenses, resulting in unstable energy grids and poverty to avert a purported cataclysm in the future? Investigate. Must we look at everything through a critical lens of CRT or wokeism or racism or whatever you want to call it? And are you spending your precious, scarce mental time and energy on a parade of causes for cultural despair, or on creating a vision for what should be the future? Don't watch Fox News or MSNBC to get soothingly mad at the other side. Don't waste time on Twitter getting upset. Spend time on the powerful work of Alexander Hamilton, the music of J.S. Bach, the scientific method of Einstein or Kepler, and the profound works of Lyndon LaRouche. Share that. Be a leader to your neighbors, community, someone that the nation and the world can depend on. I quote Lyndon LaRouche, "It is not sufficient to be, as it is said, nice to people. It is necessary to work to prompt the development of their mental powers in ways which equip them to choose the right pathway in scientific and classical artistic principle, the pathway of increasing the power of mankind in and over the universe, for which purpose man and woman are made as servants in the likeness of the creator of our self-bounded universe. It is our obligation to do good. It is anyone's failure to meet that responsibility in themselves which is the root of all that is properly regarded as a source of evil, the evil into which European civilization's economies are now plunging. Let's do the good." At 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, Richard Black will be on the LaRouche Organization's Fireside Chat to discuss LaRouche's role in decades in shaping Russia's strategic and science policies today. Did you know that LaRouche was invited to speak at the Russian Academy of Sciences, the State Duma, the parliament, and at other scientific, economic, and political venues? Find out more tonight at 9 p.m. The LaRouche Organization is able to bring you Harley's updates, engage in our organizing around the country, and produce videos and other material thanks to your generous support. 100% of our funding is coming from individual contributions. If you are not a contributor, please go to our donate page and become a monthly donor. And if you are, thank you. And thank you all for being a force for good in the world. That will do it for today. Mike Billington will bring you the update tomorrow, and Harley will be back on Monday. Thanks for joining.